Hello everybody, this is Shafali and welcome to my channel Mast Musafir. Today we are on day 2 of our Madhya Pradesh road trip, a family road trip. So today is our second day, first morning in Gwalior. Yesterday evening we managed to see a lot of places, cover a lot of places like Gwalior Fort, Man Mandir Palace, the Light and Sound Show. Today is our day 2 and we are planning to cover Jai Vilas Palace and a couple of other parts in Gwalior Fort. As you know, it is very big. So we are starting our morning with a hearty breakfast, all ready to go. And this is, by the way, the dining lounge of the Shah Imperial Hotel. Pretty decent food, so ready to start with our road trip. And I'll keep you updating as and when we go and visit the places. So come on, let's dig in. Hello. Hi. Designated driver of the trip, all set?
Designated pilot of the
Pilot of the cockpit, all set. Ready to go. Bye bye. So we had finally arrived at the palace. This was the front main gate. However, that was closed, so we had to enter from this back gate. So we had finally entered the palace complex. This was the ticket counter, and from here on, videography was not allowed, so I've shared my experiences through photographs. And then we came across these Rolls Royce railway coaches that were used by the royalty for leisure rides as well as inspecting the city. And here stood the Jai Vilas Palace. It was built by His Highness Maharaja Sir Jayaji Rao Scindia in the year 1874. It is a neoclassical palace, and two of its wings were converted into a museum in the year 1964. So the museum gave us an insight into the royal lifestyle and the artifacts collected by them over years, including their dresses and costumes or poshak. These were the Maharanis, and we saw their original saris with real gold jari work. And then we came to the Nauwari sari, which is a traditional Marathi sari. This was the current Maharani's engagement lehenga, while this was her wedding attire. And this is the Shinde Shahi Pagdi, the traditional pagdi of Gwalior and the Scindia dynasty. And next up, we were taken to a section of carriages and chariots. This one was a silver chariot. It was made up of wood, metal, and sheets of silver. This one was probably another kind of palanquin. This was a horse driven carriage. This one was used for hunting, while this was carried by palanquin or palki bearers. This was Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II's palki. And while walking ahead, we came across this cute scene. And then we came across this section of weapons. Well, the foundation of any erstwhile kingdom was its military prowess. And here you see their swimming pool converted into a display area. And these were some international arms and ammunitions reflecting the royal family's international relations as well as their participation in international affairs. And then we came across some great historical figures such as Mahatji Scindia, the great Maratha, Bejabai, who was known for her martial expertise, Ahilyabai Holkar, known for her work in governance, social welfare, religion, Chimnabai Gaikwad, who fought for the abolition of child marriage, and Rani Lakshmibai, Jhansi Ki Rani. And further ahead, we came across the section of family photographs of the royal family, capturing their significant moments and life history. This was the bust of Sir Michael Philos, the architect of the palace. Not only was the palace built in the neoclassical style, but we also found some artifacts and sculptures of that period and era, and the one in the center was that of Leda and the Swan. And then we walked through their several rooms, which seem to have been preserved in time, such as this breakfast room, followed by the study of the Maharaj, And next up was the suite of Maharani Chinku Raje. Since she was of short height, everything was tailor made to suit her size for her convenience, and this was her snan ghar. These were her collection of fancy shoes, specially ordered from Europe. This was a puja ghar which was made up of the broken pieces of glass from a chandelier that came down during an earthquake. This was the Maharaja's room. This was one of the Maharani's drawing rooms, and these were some special toys made for the kids. This was a crystal fountain, and now we had entered a new section or a new wing of the palace. This was clearly the dining area. This was the banquet hall with a fancy train for carrying all food items. This probably was the conference hall. And बस इसी तरह इतिहास के पन्ने पलटते पलटते we saw the dream of the Maharaja to make Gwalior a thoroughly modern state. And now we are coming to the special part of the palace, the highlight, these two big chandeliers. Each of these two huge crystal chandeliers weigh about 3.5 ton, is 31 feet long, and have about 250 bulbs. And with that highlight of the palace, our tour came to an end, and we quickly rushed to this tiny cute cafe within the palace complex itself to get some refreshments. Absolutely famished, we stopped at a restaurant to grab our lunch. Say hi. Papa, hello. Okay, so now we have come on our next location, which is this Jhansi Wali Maharani Lakshmi Bai Ki Chhatri, another monument in here in our Gwalior. We just had a lunch, and after lunch we are back to Gwalior Darshan. हम सब रानी लक्ष्मीबाई को जानते हैं, वो झांसी से थी और वो एक बहुत ही फेमस इंडियन फीमेल फ्रीडम फाइटर थी, वो भी उस जमाने में जब आपको बहुत सारी मॉन्यूमेंटल हिस्टोरिक फीमेल फिगर्स नहीं मिलती थी। तो आप सोच रहे होंगे कि वो झांसी से थी और उनका जो ये स्मारक है, छतरी है, जिसे आप समाधि स्थल भी कह सकते हैं, वो ग्वालियर में क्या कर रहा है। सो आइए, आई विल टेल यू। So basically, in the year 1857, there was a freedom struggle where a lot of Indian soldiers and rulers, they got together and they fought against the British Raj. So Rani Lakshmibai ने भी उस युद्ध में हिस्सा लिया था और कहा जाता है कि उस युद्ध के दौरान वो यहाँ ग्वालियर भी आई थी। ग्वालियर के जो भी राजा थे उनसे उनको सपोर्ट मिला था, किले पे भी रहने की इजाजत मिली थी, बट उस समय ब्रिटिशर्स का इन्फ्लुएंस इतना था, स्ट्रॉन्ग होल्ड इतना था कि इवन द ग्वालियर फोर्ट वाज नॉट सेफ फॉर हर। तो खैर वो अपने वीर सिपाहियों के साथ, सैनिकों के साथ इंडिया के फ्रीडम के लिए लड़ती रही और इसी लड़ाई में लड़ते लड़ते वो शहीद हो गई, उन्होंने अपनी जान गंवा बैठी। हमारे पास बहुत ही डेफिनेट हिस्टोरिकल रिकॉर्ड नहीं है कि हाउ डिड शी एग्जैक्टली डाई, बट ऑफ कोर्स शी डाइड फाइटिंग देम। तो कहा जाता है कि ग्वालियर में इस स्थल पे वो शहीद हुई थी और यहाँ के आसपास के जो लोकल्स थे उन्होंने इस वीरांगना के लिए उन्हें यहाँ क्रिमेट करके यहीं पे उनके लिए ये समाधि स्थल या स्मारक बनाया था। इससे रिसेंटली ये आसपास का जो एरिया है, बाग बगीचा बनाया, जो अच्छे से बनाया हुआ है, तो ये अब रिसेंटली डेवलप हुआ है, अपकमिंग गवर्नमेंट्स ने इसे डेवलप किया, तो अब इसको प्रॉपरली ऑर्गेनाइज्ड वे में एक टूरिस्ट स्पॉट बना दिया गया है, जहाँ पे आप आके इतिहास, हिस्ट्री के बारे में सीख सकते हैं, जान सकते हैं, शांति से थोड़ा समय व्यतीत कर सकते हैं, हमारी वीरांगना के जो भी सैक्रिफाइसेस थे उन्हें याद कर सकते हैं। छोटे छोटे बोर्ड्स हैं, प्लैक्स हैं, इन्फॉर्मेशन दिया हुआ है, आप वो इन्फॉर्मेशन पढ़ सकते हैं। वो पहले उन्हें मणिकर्णिका के नाम से भी जाना जाता था, फिर उनकी शादी हो गई झांसी के राजा से, तो वो रानी लक्ष्मीबाई झांसी की रानी के नाम से जानी गई। यहाँ पे इसे ये प्लैक ये उनके इन ऑनर बनाया गया है, तो आप चल के जाके देख सकते हैं। जूते चप्पल जाना लेके जाना अलाउड नहीं है, मैं ऑलरेडी देख चुकी हूँ, आपके साथ फोटोज शेयर कर दूंगी, आप चाहे तो आप भी जा सकते हैं। पीछे बहुत अच्छा गार्डन भी बनाया है, एंड आई रियली लाइक कि यहाँ पे बच्चे भी आएंगे तो उनको भी एक हिस्ट्री का आइडिया लग जाएगा थ्रू द वॉल पेंटिंग्स, यू नो, एंड द स्कल्पचरल डिजाइंस। जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं, हम जा रहे थे तानसेन के मकबरे की ओर। हमें फोर्ट्स जाना था बट उसके लिए अब टाइम नहीं बचा था, सो वी ट्राइड टू एक्सप्लोर द प्लेसेस दैट वर नियर बाय। और मैं बस खिड़की के बाहर देख रही थी, शहर को निहार रही थी, गलियों को, सड़कों को, शॉप्स को, सारे होर्डिंग्स पढ़ रही थी, सारे बोर्ड्स पढ़ रही थी, जस्ट टू गेट अ ग्रास्प ऑन द लोकल कल्चर और द लोकल फ्लेवर ऑफ द सिटी कॉल्ड ग्वालियर।
यहाँ का फोटो है। ये पूरा गली ही इतना इंटरेस्टिंग है।
सो फाइनली वी हैड रीच्ड द टूम कॉम्प्लेक्स, जिसमें तानसेन के मकबरे के साथ-साथ उनके गुरु मोहम्मद गौस का भी मकबरा था, जो आप मेरे सामने देख रहे हैं इस वक़्त, ये बड़ा विशाल-सा मॉन्यूमेंट। दिस वाज़ द टूम ऑफ Muhammad of Ghaus, who was also a Sufi saint and musician and who was famous for guiding Tansen. He was his guru. Tansen was a famous Hindustani classical musician. He was born as Ramtanu Pandey in a Hindu family in Gwalior. He later on went on to serve as a musician in the courts of Raja Mansingh Tomar of Gwalior and later in the Rewa court. Once Akbar got to know about his fame, he invited him to his court and he joined Akbar's court and eventually went on to become one of the Navratnas of his court. तानसेन जी के बारे में बहुत सारे लोकल फोकलोर, लेजेंड्स, मिथ्स हैं। क्या सच है, क्या नहीं, वी डोंट नो, बट वन थिंग वी आर डेफिनेटली श्योर ऑफ इज ऑफ हिज सिग्निफिकेंट पोजीशन इन हिस्ट्री। कहा जाता था जब वो गाते थे तो बारिश होती थी। Also, it is said that it was Tansen's desire to be buried near his guru Muhammad Ghaus on his death, as Tansen had eventually converted to Islam. Lastly, we went to the Sun Temple of Gwalior. This was inspired from the Konark Sun Temple in Odisha. All the gadgets were to be submitted at the gate itself, so we went inside, explored the temple, offered our prayers, and came back. It had become really hot and sunny, and we were dead tired and exhausted. Also, we were done with our Gwalior darshan, and it was now time to leave the city. फिर रास्ते में हमने ये ट्रेन भी क्रॉस की और हम कह सकते हैं कि इस रेल में सवार यात्रियों की तरह हम भी अपने सफर पर आगे बढ़ चुके थे। तो ग्वालियर से हम तकरीबन 5 बजे के करीब निकले थे और चलते-चलते यूं ही शाम हो गई और सूर्यास्त का समय आने लगा। तब पापा ने बताया कि इस सुनहरी, ठंडी, नरम रोशनी को बोलते हैं गोधूली बेला। तो इस गोधूली बेला का आनंद उठाते हुए हम चलते गए और रात जैसे ही होने को आई, हम अपने फाइनल डेस्टिनेशन पे पहुंच गए, जो कि था शिवपुरी, जहां हमें नाइट हॉल्ट के लिए रुकना था। And with that, we come to an end of this video. If you liked it, then do like, share, and comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.